Let's move on, because shares in French bank BNP Paribas have fallen sharply today after it emerged that it could have to pay up to $10 billion to settle a US probe into sanctions busting, one of the largest fines ever imposed on a bank, according to two separate reports. BNP is facing allegations of violating sanctions against Iran, Sudan and other countries. Neither the bank nor the US Justice Department would comment on the reports when contacted by us at the BBC. Well, let's talk about this with the BBC's Michelle Fleury, who joins us now live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Michelle, good to see you. What can you tell us about this story?
Well, what we know so far is there have been various reports that the Justice Department and US authorities are trying to push BNP to pay a fine of $10 billion. What we understand from newspaper reports, various sources, is that BNP doesn't want to pay that much money. They would like to pay somewhere south of $8 billion. And of course, the key issue in all of this is whether or not it will plead guilty to charges. Now, at the heart of the allegations against the bank are that it helped break US sanctions. It violated US sanctions, in particular sort of money laundering, allowing countries like Iran, where the US imposes sanctions, to try and transfer money around the globe, particularly through the US and using US dollars. We've seen another European bank caught up in this in the past, or a sort of foreign bank caught up in this in the past, and that's HSBC, which had to pay a $1.9 billion fine to the government. So as you can see, in this particular case, the fines, if this is what happens ultimately, will be significantly larger.
Michelle, good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Michelle Fleury there in New York.